In the midst of the troubled health care rollout, the president and Democrats have assured the American people that the law itself remains a good one. In fact, the law was passed based on that same promise and many, many others. But are they panning out?
If you've got health insurance, you like your doctor, you like your plan, you can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan. If you like your doctor or health care provider, you can keep them.
Everybody will have lower rates.
If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. And this is for people who have health insurance. You will save money. If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan, period.
ObamaCare has been wonderful for America.
If you like your health care plan, you can keep that too. If you like your doctor, you keep your doctor. If you like your current insurance, you keep that insurance, period. End of story. Now, the naysayers and the cynics still doubt that we can do this. No one will take it away, no matter what.
It was a promise at the heart of the sales pitch for Obamacare, and one many Americans doubted.
What makes you think the government could run a new health care program?
This is not a federal government issue. This is a people issue.
Leave us alone. That's all we would ask. Would you leave us alone?
4 years later, the naysayers are seeing some of their worst fears realized as hundreds of thousands receive letters canceling their health insurance or significantly hiking their premiums. And that number is expected to rise.
I was infuriated, totally infuriated. The president kept saying, you know, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan. Your premiums will be going down. But in fact, the letter is completely contradictory to that.
Deborah Cavallero says she got a letter from Anthem Blue Cross canceling her existing policy and offering her a new one that would hike her monthly payment from $292 to $484.
It's sort of forcing you to walk the plank.
And she is not alone. Andy and Amy Maggioni of Louisville, Kentucky, recently received a letter from their insurance agency, Humana, informing them that their monthly premium was going to triple, from $333 to $965.
This is a high deductible plan where I'm assuming a lot of risk for my health insurance for my family, and nothing has changed. Our boys are healthy, they're young, my wife is healthy, I'm healthy. Nothing in our medical history has changed to warrant a tripling of the premium.
Why is this happening? Because Obamacare requires policies sold in the individual market to cover what the law deems essential services, like preventative care, rehab, and maternity services. Basically, it's no longer up to you to choose what's best for your family. The government has chosen for you, and the new policies come at a price. Some insurers are hiking their rates, others are bowing out of the individual insurance market altogether. In fact, an estimated 600,000 Americans have already seen their policies canceled. Florida Blue terminating 300,000 policies. Kaiser Permanente in California sending letters to over 150,000 customers. And the list goes on. An estimated 14 million people purchase their own coverage on the individual market because they don't get insurance through their jobs. That's why experts say millions could potentially lose their coverage despite the president's repeated promises. When confronted with the facts of cancellations and rate hikes, those defending the law have scrambled for explanations.
I don't remember saying that everybody in the country would have a lower premium.
There are certain types of crummy plans that are now going to be illegal.
They should have been allowed to keep their insurance at least until it expired and then buy the plans through the exchange. But I think that's the mix-up. There's a transition issue, and I know it's difficult for a lot of people. I'm sorry about that.
Affordable health care was never meant to be, if you've got insurance now, you're going to have to buy insurance that's more costly and not as good. Okay. That has to be fixed.
But so far, we've seen little appetite in Congress for any, quote, fix to Obamacare, which leaves open the question of whether the president can still live up to his promises.
It's going to bring down skyrocketing costs. It's going to save families money. It's going to save businesses money, and it's going to save government money.
So has all of this damaged the president's credibility, in particular on the issue of Obamacare? Joining me now, Kirsten Powers. She's a columnist with the Daily Beast and a Fox News political analyst. And when you see it, you know, rolled out like that, Kirsten, I mean, it tells the story. That promise that if you like your plan, you can keep it. If you like your doctor, you can keep him, is not proving true for millions of Americans.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that's actually not proving true for me. I'm in the individual market, and I got the letter, the same letter everyone's talking about, and I went on to. I live in D.C., so it's a state exchange, and I went on, and I guess I could roughly get the same insurance, so it's not completely clear, but it'll go up from about $160 a month and a $2,500 deductible. If I want to keep a $2,500 deductible, it'll go up to about $300 a month. So it is going up, and now I think the administration would say, well, you're healthy and you're young, and so you're part of the people that are going to, I guess maybe see your premiums go up. But I don't think that's quite the way they sold it.
I mean, you listen to the sound bites. The president,
yeah.
If you like your insurance, you will keep your insurance, period.
Right.
Period.
Well,
there was no asterisk. There was no unless, but there's going to have to be. But if you have a crappy plan, this is how Mark Hanna and I discussed it the other night, then we're going to have to force you to improve it. None of that. And you saw at those town halls people saying, I don't believe you.
Right. Well, I mean, and that's the problem right now. I think there's just, and especially even with the rollout and the way everything's been handled, that it's kind of hard to really know anymore whether what they're saying is true or not. Even if you look at the excuses they were giving in the beginning about the rollout, saying, oh, it's just because the traffic is so high and there's so much interest. And now we know that that's not at all what was happening, that there were all these glitches that they knew about before they even launched. Mm-hmm. So what they were telling us wasn't even true. Mm-hmm. So, and Megan, I've been a huge supporter of Obamacare, and I still support it, but I think that this is really problematic. And I would say I'm actually willing to pay more money if people are going to be insured. So if they say you pay $150 a month more, but 30 million people get insurance, I'm actually willing to do that. Mm-hmm. However, not really sure if I believe anymore that 30 million people are going to be insured. And so I'm going to be very upset if it turns out I'm paying all this extra money and people aren't actually getting insured.
And we talked about on the program last night how it is possible at this point we could have a net loss in number of people who are insured because of the hundreds of thousands at least, and by some estimates millions of people who are getting booted off of their insurance plans like you right now, who will then look at the exchange options and say, not for me, those are too expensive, I'm not doing it. And so they're sitting around January 1st of 2014 saying, I've got no insurance, and now they're going to fine me. I used to have perfectly good insurance, now I don't because of Obamacare, and I have to pay a fee because of Obamacare.
Yeah, it's definitely not the way that it was sold, I don't think. And look, and like I said, I'm willing to pay the extra money, but I don't have kids. I'm not supporting a family. For a lot of people, they can't afford another $150 a month. Mm-hmm. That's just not, I will have to forego some things, but I'm not going to have to forego food, or rent or things like that. So, that's a significant amount of money. To go from $160
and the
to
one guy in the
$300.
piece who had his premium triple. Yeah. I mean, to see it tripled. And the question is
if you have a lot of people on your policy, it's going to obviously go. I mean, this is just for me.
Yeah.
I can only imagine if I had more people on the policy, how much it would be going up.
And now we're going to see, these new numbers come in on how people feel about Obamacare. So far, it's been holding okay. It's been holding where it's been. But we'll see in a couple of weeks as these letters continue to go out. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, it's very disappointing, and I think that for people who really gave them the benefit of the doubt and believed the things that they were saying, they need to really come out and give an explanation for what's going on and why people are being forced to switch their plans.
Yeah, I don't know if an explanation is going to do it at this point. I don't know. Kirsten, thank you. Sorry about your plan.